What's up, everybody? So, today I want to talk about how we should be starving the system. Because when you really think about it, the system starves us in so many ways. If we don't have money, we're starved. When we get paid, the majority of what we got goes on bills. So, basically, we're always starving. No matter how you look at it, you never have enough money to do what you truly want to do. Instead, when you get the money, you got to literally piss it on bills. And yeah, I got to get a haircut. It grows so fast. I feel like I just cut my hair not even that long ago, and it just grows so damn quick, man. That's why when I sometimes get a haircut, I get it really short because I know it grows fast. But now in the winter time, I'm thinking twice because, you know, my head's gonna be cold. But yeah, but anyway, back to the topic. Yeah, I mean, the system just starves us in so many ways. We got to pay bills, we get paid. Don't get all hyped about that paycheck because some of it gets taxed to the government, and the other half may just most likely have to go on bills or whatever that you need, like food or whatever. And now you got to work and get another paycheck to try to have something for you. But oh wait, then I'll probably go down the toilet again for something else, you know? It's like you're just always starving in this world. So I say to myself, why can't we make the system starve? And there's a good way of making the system starve, but unfortunately we just don't strive that direction. Stop having kids. Stop bringing kids into this world because you're just feeding the system. The system is always hungry. And when we keep reproducing, that another meat sacks for the system. Another meat sacks for the system. So I always say, stop reproducing. Why do you want to bring a kid into this world? And what do you want to say to your kid? Like, hey, check it out. This costs $50. What used to cost this now. You're bringing a kid, you're bringing another life into inflation. You're bringing another life into a big dump. You're bringing another life into a big giant headache. What is the point of that? I can understand if life is actually worthwhile, like, you know, worthy, worth living, then yeah, have kids, you know, raise them, you know, let them enjoy life just like you enjoy life. But the thing is, what's there really here to enjoy? A lot of people say nature. Nature's nice in some ways, but reality just sinks in and takes all that away. It's just getting harder and more unbearable each day that I see goes by. It's not even that it's taken time, like it's taken years and years for it to get worse. It's literally happening day by day. Each day that I open my eyes, it just gets more and more unbearable to live this life. That's the honest truth. It's just getting more and more harder. Things are just keep getting more and more expensive. And then you want to bring a kid into this world to suffer the same pain that you're in? I mean, I just truly don't understand the reason behind all of this. I really don't. I seriously fucking don't. Sorry for cursing, but I don't, man. I just don't understand what goes through people's minds. What they see so worth living in this life to the point where now they're going to reproduce and bring another kid here. I mean, it's just, I don't see it. All right, I understand we're here. We got to try to make it to the end, unfortunately. But why bring another kid just to go through the pain too? That's pretty selfish in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying I hate any parents or, you know, I want to punch you or anything like that, but it's just, I say to myself, why do that to another living thing? Why bring another living thing into this prison planet? That's just my true question that I wish could get answered. But unfortunately it won't. Parents just don't realize what stress you're putting onto your kids. One day, just knowing that, you know, the kids knowing one day the parents are going to die is a big stress that they got to take. Because then, you know, of course, they're going to miss you or whatever the hell. And plus, not only that, it's just with everything, you know, left to them, if they're going to be able to handle it. Some people could handle it, some people can't. You know, it's just putting big stress onto your kids. Plus, the way life is today, how everything's just crazy fucking expensive, and you wonder why mental health is getting worse and worse. It's rising. You wonder why people are stealing more and more. You wonder why there's more crime rates going on, because everything's just becoming more and more expensive. We all need to eat, whether we're rich or poor. No one deserves to starve. We all deserve to have food. We all need it desperately. We can't survive without eating. We can't survive without drinking. And I'm not talking about liquor. I'm talking about just regular water. Water. We need those two things in order to live in this dump. And the thing is, everything's getting so expensive, no one's able to afford, there's a lot of people that can't afford these certain things. So what do? They'll start mugging it. They'll start stealing from other people, or breaking into stores, bodegas, little corner stores, little markets, wherever, and just fucking cause a crime, cause a shooting, just for this. There's just people going crazy because they need that, and they can't get it because they can't afford it, which is fucked up. So then you wonder why crime rates are getting worse and worse. And then this is the funny thing where I say, if money didn't exist, there's a lot of people that say it'll be more of a circus, there'll be more crime rates. But I say to myself, either way, it's probably crime rates, because money causes crimes too, because we can't get it unless we pay for it. What we want, we can't get unless we pay for it. So we want a certain thing or something that we desperately need in order to live, and we can't afford it. So what do? We go crazy. We'll start mugging it off people. We'll start breaking into stores, food stores, wherever. I've seen where there's people literally fighting over a turkey, people fighting over meat, over anything. It's turning into a third world country, basically, This is all right here. With all this being said, it's just showing you how the system makes us starve. Because we can't afford things, and things just keep getting more and more expensive to the point where we're just unable to afford it. What we make ain't enough, and what we make, we literally got to piss it on bills. We work just to pay bills. We don't work to try to enjoy life, do certain fun things. We work just to put it on bills and get most of it taxed to the government. That's the majority of where our money's going. That ain't no life to me. That ain't no American dream to me. That's just surviving. But what is surviving if you're not happy, if you're not enjoying life? I'd rather just be dead, I'm not trying to sound dark by the way I just said that, but it's the honest truth. We're all gonna die anyway. What the hell? I gotta do all this meaningless fucking bullshit to just one day die? Why can't I just speed up the process? This shit's getting more and more unbearable. What the hell do I gotta deal with this shit for? Did I have to deal with this when I didn't exist? Not at all. That's why I envy the dead sometimes, man. They're lucky as hell. At least I would think. That's why it all goes back to when people shoplifting and shit. I can't say I blame people like that, to be honest with you. There's times I even took a few things in stores and I admit that I stole or whatever the hell. But with today, with all these stupid cameras and shit, it's very risky. I don't recommend anyone doing it. But however, people that do it, I can't say I blame them. Because they can steal from us, but we can't steal from them. That's how it all goes. We're the ones that gotta starve. We're the ones that gotta starve. Not the system, not the government, not the whole elites, whatever the fuck, Why don't we, for a change, make them starve, just like they make us starve? And the only way we could really play that game is if we stop reproducing. Whatever's here now is going to be their last meal. Whatever's here currently now on this earth will be their last meal. Once they digest us, they won't have anything else to eat anymore. But unfortunately, that's not the case, because we keep reproducing. We keep reproducing, so more food keeps coming in. We get digested into the grave eventually, and then your son or daughter takes their place, and then so on, so on, so on. This is why the system never starves. This is why the system is chubby. This is why the system's overweight. The system needs to lose weight. Heck, the system needs to be bones. If you get my drift, it's got to stop eating. And the only way that I could see that possibly happening is if we stop reproducing. But unfortunately, of course we all know that that's never gonna unfortunately happen. But I'm just telling you, that's the only way it could happen, but it won't happen. It's fucked up. So we're to be the assholes that'll just keep starving. We don't have money for this, money for that, we're gonna starve. So how about they stop having enough meat sacks to eat, meaning us? There's a lot of people that say, well, if you're a rich person, like really filthy rich, then it's not really that bad having kids. To some extent, but still, I wouldn't want to have kids even if I was megally rich, because what if the kid has some kind of problem? I fear, what if the kid's going to come out a certain way? Then I feel bad. Then if he or she's got to suffer, it's my fault in a way, because I brought him or her into the world. So I just want to prevent any type of risk from happening. So by me preventing that, I don't want to have kids. So it doesn't matter if I'm rich, poor. Well, definitely if I'm poor, I definitely don't want to have no kids. But even if I'm rich, is what I'm saying, is I still don't really want to have kids. Because yeah, it could be good for one thing, but if the kid develops many health problems, what is money going to truly do? If there's treatment that money could help, yeah, it's one thing. But there's some people that have conditions that treatment really doesn't do anything. There is no treatment. That person's just got to live the rest of his or her life in that certain way, whatever type of illness. So, I'm just saying specifically, I'm not saying specifically, I'm just, saying in general, like whatever type of illness, but cancer or whatever, he or she's got to face that for the rest of his or her life until he or she sadly dies, which actually that'll be the best part, because then the suffering finally comes to an end. So this is why I just don't want to have kids in general. But yes, if you were to have kids, at least be rich. At least be rich. But still, I don't even recommend having kids in general, especially in this world, because there's just so many bad things that could happen. Like I said a million times, there's so many things that can go wrong. You could have a kid, you could have, let's say, a daughter. Your daughter might get raped. Your daughter might get kidnapped. Now your daughter's scarred for life, or your daughter might get shot. These are things as parents you want to take as a chance. You send your kids to school and you got to worry, what if some maniac breaks into the school with a gun, with an AK or whatever type of weapon, and just whatever type of firearm, or like, these are the things. What if? This is all the stress and fear that we fear. So if you have all this stress and fear, be smart, prevent all the stress and fear by not having a kid in general, because this life's just not fit out for it. It's just, I don't feel this life's fit out for this stuff. It's just too evil. It's just too fucked up. It's just too screwed up more than ever before. So these are a lot of reasons why I don't want to have kids. It's not just one reason. It's just a list that just keeps going down of why I wouldn't want to have kids. People sometimes just think the only reason why, because, the way life, because the way life is. But there's a lot of things. It's not only because of how life is hard with money and all that. That's definitely the big reason. But it's just even other things too. Murder, rape, kidnap, whatever. Diseases, illnesses. The list just goes on. Let's just put it to that. The list just goes on. So I want to be the smart one and prevent that from happening. I want to be a good father by not bringing another poor soul into this world, or vice versa. A good mother. Well, I'm not a female, but you get what I mean. Like, well, a good mother. Be a good mother and don't have a kid either. Wear protection, or go on birth control, whatever. I mean, goddamn, man. What do you see in this world that's so worth having a kid? I don't see nothing, like, I just truly can't wait till it's over. And I'm not dark. I'm not depressed. I swear, I don't know how to stress this enough to people. I'm not depressed. I'm not dark. But I just see this life, and when you just see the whole picture clearly, you just see of what a big waste of time this all is. At least I see. I just look at this all as just a big waste of time. A whole big waste of energy and time and just stress and everything. Like, what is this all for? Why do we have to do all this bullshit? That's basically what runs through my mind all day. Why do I gotta go through all this bullshit? Why do we gotta go through all this bullshit? What is the reward in the end? To just lay in a fucking box? That's literally the reward in the end? All right, man, you did what you had to do. Good for you, man. Now go in that box and, lay down, put your legs up, put your hands like this, and rest in peace. Psst. I'd rather have just been doing that from the start, man. Seriously. What is this all fucking for? I just look at it as we're here just to waste time. Like, we're just here wasting away to the point where we're eventually all going to just become worm food. It's like we all just try to distract ourselves from knowing what's truly going to happen to us one day. And 100 years from now, none of this is even going to be remembered. Me making these videos, I ain't even going to know that I even made a single video in my life one day. But I hope somehow that this channel will still be on the internet when I'm long gone. I'm not sure if it will or not, but that's my wish for it to be. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just here now. What we're worrying about now, all that's on our minds now, will one day just be washed to shore, washed away in the shore. We won't be around. Another 100 years from now, we'll be dead. This is where they say life is short. But it really doesn't feel that it's short. When you think about it, it kind of is short, knowing that we'll only live for maybe 100 years or less, or not even. Like, think about it. The world's been here for billions and billions of years. We won't even possibly be around for hundreds of years. There's people that don't even make it to 80, 90, you know. And again, there's people that do make it to 100, but that's the max that we could live. 100 years, no longer than that. At least not that I could ever see. But so in that way, yeah, now I can understand why they're saying life's short, but it just doesn't feel short. The amount of problems, the amount of suffering that we have to face day to day, waking up, it just makes life feel like it's just a never-ending battle. So even though life is short, it really doesn't feel it. This is where I said things fly in life. Like, for example, it's almost Halloween. As I'm making this video, it's almost Halloween. It felt like it was Halloween not even that long ago. Felt like Halloween was like a few months back. It just flies. Everything flies before your eyes. But one thing that doesn't seem to fly soon enough is us expiring from this shithole. That just feels like it just keeps going and going and going for some weird, odd reason. And I can't explain why. It's just, it's a weird fucking, it's like a weird illusion. Before you know it, Christmas is here. Before you know it, New Year's will be here again. It felt like I just made a stupid New Year's rant not too long ago. And here we are already going again on to 2024. Another stupid, pointless year that we're all going to be all hyped for what? I don't fucking know. But it just feels like everything just flies. But our expiration date. That feels like it feels like it's for eternity. This is why people just say, I can't take it anymore. This is why people just say, you know what, I'm going to go out on my own terms, you know, because it just feels like it takes forever. It really does. It's fucking weird. Life is short, but it don't feel short, if that makes any sense. I'm not trying to confuse anyone, but it's just a weird fucking feeling. Like, it literally feels like everything flies by. Like, it feels like this just happened yesterday. Now here we are again already, New Year's or July 4th, you know. Like, it felt like it was July not even that long ago. And we're not close to July yet, but before you know it, we will be. Before you know it, we will be. Just feels like everything's just going by fast forward. But our life, that feels like it's slow. It's like on slow well, let's just say slow-mo. It's not on, everything feels like it's on a time lapse. That's a perfect way of saying it. Everything feels like it's on a time lapse. But our life itself, our expiration date, it feels like it's on a slow-mo setting, where it just doesn't feel like it ends soon enough. It's fucking strange, but but yeah, man, the only way we're gonna make this system starve is if we just stop reproducing. Whatever's left of us, let us be the last meal. Well, let us be the last meal to the system. Once they digest us, let them fuckers starve, just like they make us starve. We feed them, but they barely feed us. We gotta bust our asses just to eat. We gotta bust our asses so we don't starve. And we're even busting our asses and we're still starving. That's the fucked up part. There's people working and they're still struggling because they don't get enough pay. And whatever pay that they get's going on bills, going on stupid shit. No one can ever enjoy the money they make. people get all hyped for a paycheck, and I say, what for? You're just going to put it on bills. You're just going to put it on food. You're just going to put it on necessities. That's all you're working for, mainly, is necessities. So it's like, I guess that's one thing to get excited to know, oh, cool, I could afford this now for my necessity, but I want to do things fun too. And it's like, you barely can. And the fucked up part is, some people still can't afford necessities. Whatever they have, maybe just could afford this one bill, then there's so many other bills, and this is where people are drowning in bills. That paycheck was maybe just enough for one bill to get paid off, but you still got 4 more bills that are literally, it's almost like the, you know, on Windows XP, when you used to get like a malware warning, it would go boom, boom, or whatever popping up. You would hit the, like the error message, you would hit OK or whatever, hit the X, and then it pops up again, and you get like a whole bunch of them just popping up. That's literally the same thing with bills. You got one malware out of the way, here come the other malwares. That's what I look at bills as, malware, Trojan horse. Oh my God, it's just fucking, it's just sickening. And then I say to myself, this is what you want to pass to your kids, having a kid that so they can face this too, so they can play this stupid game too. What is the fucking point? Do yourself a favor, stop having kids, let the system starve. This world is cruel, this world is evil, man. And yet you're bringing more souls into here. There's no such thing as peace here, very rare. You can meditate, you could do whatever, you could do deep breathing. Reality always sinks in and takes that all away. That's how I look at it as. You know, they say live in the moment, but the future is sadly gonna come, and you gotta face it someday. You know, when the bill's due tomorrow, what do you say? Oh, just live in a moment today. Sir? Yeah? You know it's the next day, right? Ah, shit. What is that gonna do for me now, doing that? Now, I'm not saying to do that. Definitely do that if you could. Try to get some stress off your shoulders if possible, but it's not going to get rid of the problem entirely, if not really at all. Just a stupid existence. That's how I look at this all as. Just a stupid fucking existence, and it's just a big question mark of why the fuck I was put into this bullshit. Why the fuck any of us were put into this bullshit. And why we got to deal with this bullshit. Yeah, but it's just the way this dumpster works. But anyway, guys, I am gonna call it a day there. Yeah, that's all I gotta say for now, guys. I love you all, man. Try to hang in there as best as possible, like I always say at the end of the video, but I do truly mean it. I'm trying to do the same as well, so I want to have faith that you could possibly do it too. My heart truly goes out for everyone here that's watching these videos, and just people in general, man. You know, but yeah, signing off for now, guys. Love you all, and let's hope for an asteroid soon. That's all I can say. Peace out.